Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of BNI Sydney Northeast. It's Wendy Lloyd Curley. I'm coming to you. I'm recording this on Zoom instead of on my phone because I wanted to show you a slide. And this is not one of my normal 5-minute overviews. I'm going to just take as long as I need to. I don't expect it to be much longer than 5 minutes, though, so don't stop yet. Have a look at this. I want to make sure that you guys know and that we have complete transparency about our leadership process, the leadership changeover process in BNI. It may seem like it's a bit of a secret, a bit of a like behind closed doors sort of thing. And I don't want you to think that it is. There is a process that we follow. So let me share my screen. And here it is right here, screen number 2, share. This is our BNI Sydney Northeast Leadership Team Changeover process and timeline. And I went through this with our leadership teams last month, and we have put this into practice already. The director consultants in our region, and that includes Andrew Sim, Tony Lynch, Annette Dixon, and myself, we are working with the leadership teams to take you through this process. So let me simply explain it to you. In June, we presented to the top table and to the membership committees about what this process was and gave them, exposure to it. We then established for each chapter a selection committee. These are the people responsible for selecting some candidates who would be eligible to be the next presidents of your chapter. Okay. And that's the selection committee comprised of the vice president, the president, the treasurer, and the membership committee. Now, most of our membership committees in this region have 2 members right now. So that means that you have 5 people in your chapter who are responsible for evaluating. And let's go to step 2, evaluating your process, your chapter roster to identify 2 to 3 candidates. Those 2 to 3 candidates are for president. Now, there's a quantitative analysis. They look at the PALMS report and the traffic lights to make sure that the people who they're identifying are at the top. We want to make sure that the person who's at the top table is at the top of your traffic lights, not number 1 necessarily, but really up there. And also that they've got good PALM scores. We also have a guideline that they should have given about $10,000 in thank you for closed business, that they should be a generous person who understands giver's gain. Okay, so those are the qualitative criteria. Then there's the quantitative. Now the qualitative stuff is, we look for people who are going to be inspiring at the top table. They have a bit of charisma. They have the giver's gain attitude, and they've got the right cultural dynamics within the group to lead the group forward. Of course, they would be looking for that in a president. Okay, they see that spark. Now, those 2 to 3 candidates are then given to the director consultant for that chapter by the vice president. The vice president says, the selection committee has met. We've done our analysis. These are the people that we would like you to review and to interview for the president role. I then, or Andrew, or Tony, or Annette, we interview those people, and we actually have an interview questionnaire that we are using to ask questions about yourself, your leadership style, what you're about, and what you think about the chapter, how it's working, what should do, what we should stop doing, all of that sort of stuff. And at the end of those interviews, we then make our decision on who will the next president be. We select the next president. We contact that person. We let them know that we've selected them to be the next president. We contact the people who were also interviewed and let them know who we've chosen. And we contact the selection committee to thank them for their nominees and to let them know who we've decided. Then in July, it says the president and the director consultant identify who the vice president and the treasurer are going to be. And the vice president and the treasurer, they may not change. In fact, the president might not change. The president might be exactly the same person as well. We like the presidents, and in fact, every role is really a 6-month role. Every role that we have is 6 months. If it's been different in the past, then that's okay. But for now, we're doing 6-month terms because we have 6-month training processes, and we don't want everybody to change all at once. So we have 6-month terms, but you can do 2 terms back to back. Okay, so you can be the president for 12 months in a row, or the vice president for 12 months in a row, or the treasurer for 12 months in a row. But we're going to evaluate the whole roster every 6 months so that there's changing happening and that we're sharing the load, because leadership selection should be for a finite period of time. Okay. Anyway, once we have the vice president and the treasurer locked in, then the three top table people and the director consultant work together to make sure the entire roster is identified. We mix it up a little bit and put people in different roles, and we assign the leadership team. After that's done, which has a deadline, that deadline is by the 2nd of August. So in July, we're working to identify the president. Who will that be? Will it be the same person you already have, or will it be someone new? Then we make sure that the vice president and the treasurer for the next term are identified, and we then make sure that we've got the whole leadership team selected. At that point, then we enter all of that information into BNI Connect as the future leadership team, and we assign everybody all of their training so that they can complete their training for the role in early August. All of August is available for you to complete that training. By the end of August, we need 100% of the leadership team people to have completed their business builder training. Those are your CEUs for August, as far as I'm concerned, because almost all of those business builder courses are between 2 and 3 or 4 hours worth of work. So you've got the whole month to complete that. Okay. And then in September, the very last step here before we actually induct the new group, we have national leadership training, where you take all of those people, put them into workshops with other people from across the country who are also already trained. We run some workshops, make sure that you really get a good feel for it. And we also have a one-to-one between the member of the chapter who currently holds the role and the new person who's going to hold that role. And we start to do some transitioning, some shadowing, some working with each other to start to transition so that in October, we have a new leadership team. And that is the leadership team changeover process. We don't have elections in BNI. We have selections in BNI. And we have a selection committee that helps start that from the top, and then we cascade that down. I hope this has given you more clarity into how it works. One of the responsibilities of membership is to participate as a leader in a leadership role when you're asked to. And we work that way in order to give everybody some involvement and some of the benefits of being part of the leadership team. And there are definitely benefits to being part of the leadership team, not the least of which is visibility and credibility building. You also get great leadership skills and the support from your director consultant. So thank you to everybody who is already participating in this process. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew what it was. So with that, I'm going to stop the share and then stop recording and say thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.